take a man to wake a man to make a man, Iota Phi Theta. That's the bottom line.
The University of Illinois holds a special place in our hearts. It's where we started our journey into adulthood, learning to face life's ups and downs. For 4 or 5 years, it was our home as we worked hard to earn our undergraduate degrees. But for a few of us, Illinois has a special story. It's the home of the arrogant Alpha Lambda chapter. Before the 80s, like most colleges, the University of Illinois faced tough challenges for African-American students. There were still inequalities, but our black students built strong communities to survive and thrive on the campus. Places like the Black House, now known as the Bruce Nesbitt African-American Cultural Center, were important to us. James Cut Cunningham, the founder of the arrogant Alpha Lambda chapter, thought it was time for Iota to step up and make its mark on the campus with a little brown and gold. As he pursued his master's degree, Cut kept his promise to expand the organization and brought the light of Iota to Illinois. With his charisma and inspiration, 25 young men joined him, forming the arrogant Alpha Lambda chapter of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated on April 11th, 1980.
Iota was something whose time had come. When you sit back and look at the history and realize that the organization started in 1963, we're at the precipice of black consciousness, and within that venue, something came up called I Felt the Theta. It migrated into Iota Phi Theta, and from that, it's history. That concept of Iota Phi Theta is multi-dimensional. It's about men being successful at what men do. And when I approach these young men, and I say that with emphasis, young men, they were not boys, they were men. They heard what I was saying, and I told it to them very clearly and honestly. You don't make good brothers and you don't make good men by swinging a pattern, point blank. And by the same token, Miss Cunningham ain't raised no fool. If it was 25 of them or one of me, I didn't think the wool was going to be swung in the right direction. But see, that's the way I approached them. They knew that in order to get anything done, it wasn't how much pain you could take. It was how I could mess with their heads and make them think their way through every possible scenario and situation. I started doing little things to make them think about everything they wanted to do in the frat. And the one constant thing I kept asking them was, what do you want to do? If you go over, when you go over, what do you want to do that's going to take the organization to another level? And every one of them brothers already had an idea. I didn't have to ask them, why do you want to play as a frat? Because they were telling me what they were going to do with the frat when I was gone. The brothers that played that first charter line, they had a little clique up here already. It was called I Felt the Theta. That was before I came here. They had no idea what Morgan State University was doing with that. And when they told me that, I said, okay, it was meant for me to be here at this time, on this day, in this place. All I had to do is make sure that I would fulfill the commitment I made to a brother named Wells from Road Chapter, and also to John Davenport, who started the chapter Southern Illinois. He told me, Cut, if you really want to do something worthwhile, start a chapter. Don't talk about it, do it. And I did, and I'd like to thank those young men for giving me the opportunity to see what I wanted to do in the Midwest.
When did y'all realize Cut was a different cat, right?
First time he talked to us.
You know, Cut he almost made me drop, and he didn't do that to us. And I don't understand the psychology. So he had us all write a letter about why we want to do that. We're in the cultural center, we write this letter. He walks in there, what's this? And we look at him, huh? And then he tore up all our letters and threw them on the ground. And I looked, I said, I'm dropping. I don't know what it was, a psychological, it hurt me, right? I like,
He's a good dude, man. We started off at 30. 29 and then 4 of them dropped off.
Because I was number 21 at first.
So how did he get y'all originally to get in that room to even talk about it?
Man, Cut, what he did was, he approached me in my junior year. Because I was in NAACP, we were in NAACP. And I didn't like frats. Because my 2 words pledged out and all that. So I like, man, I went through that in high school, right? I was on OTC, they beat us for a year. That's what you got to do to get in this frat. I didn't know about no frats. I was like, screw that. And then the frats weren't doing that. You know, everybody talking to me. Anyway, Cut would approach us one-on-one. Yeah. So the first time he approached me, I just saw the pen. I said, you a frat? No, man, I got nothing to say to you. I'm sorry. And I dismissed him. He was persistent. So he kept on coming. He said, man, just come. My senior year, I was a little bit more perceptive. I was a senior when I was I was like, well, let me, okay, I'm gonna come check it out. So it was in the Recruitment Center, right? The Recruitment Music Center, whatever. I walked in the room, and every brother who was doing something on campus was in that room. LB, well, actually, you came in.
Right,
Yeah. And then Billy O was in there, and Latinos didn't play as black class at the time. And I said, Billy O, you in here too? He said, man, Cut told me to come. I'm like, well, cool, because Billy was our guy. But the Latinos just, so we were all in that room, and then he made us all stand up and circle the room from short to tall. And I remember I just standing in line looking like, oh shit, this is hooked, all these guys. Because there was brothers who never really associated outside.
Yeah.
Because the athletes is like school days.
I didn't know that.
Really go to student meetings and still with the average guy. And they had all of us in that room. This one man somehow he just kept going.
The message that James had about people being individuals. It was very interesting to me because I was always that type of person that felt like I could communicate with and liked the idea of the individuality of everyone. Because you can learn from everybody. That's the way I always felt. And I saw that in that room that day. That, within that room, it somehow all still melded together where everybody was completely focused on everything that James had to say.
The bottom line is we didn't have no chumps to punch. We were our own people before we played. We had our own reputations, our own ways of doing things. But when it came to that, all that I needed was somebody to be on my same wavelength.
Yo, I don't recall this. Were there any freshmen? Was everybody sophomore, junior, seniors?
There were no freshmen.
Kelvin Young.
Kelvin Young, it was like sophomores. Yeah, sophomores.
We were all sophomores and
Sophomores and no freshmen.
Yeah, because that's what Mike said last night to me. He said the one thing that he wished y'all had done was recruited more freshmen.
Yeah.
Because then the frat would have never had that long.
But it happened. What you gonna do?
It's a weird balance, man.
Yeah,
I would not encourage anyone freshman.
Yeah.
I play freshman year. I feel like I'm not by being grateful. Most folks,
Yeah, they should.
take a year, man, figure out what the fuck you want.
Yeah, see if you're gonna still be there after a year.
What was the thing that made you come? That made you start, quite frankly, Alpha Lambda?
My boy Frat played football. We had a meeting, and they were like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is the brother that's coming up. You want to play, blah, blah, blah. And all this. It's like, okay, but they tell us more, you know? So by the time it was 20, actually it was more than 25 of us. Yeah. By the time we got everybody there together, we were like, oh, damn. We had brothers from everything. We had Billy Acosta, Keith Carson. Man, I know what you're drinking. You better stop.
Building a tradition, not resting upon one, was the biggest thing that got me. And I was like, yo, that means you got to put in work. Faith without works is dead. And goddamn, we ain't dead. You understand me? Right. We took the motherfuckers, and that's what we doing every single day in our lives. That's how I felt. And I was like, rocking with what they talking about. The sales pitch is great.
Hey, sales recognize sales.
Yes, but seriously though, man, like that's why I love it. So definitely, I just leave it there. That's what I loved about it, and I just did. I felt the guys that was there because I feel like if you don't feel the guys that's like in the shop at the time, like, it ain't gonna matter.
I was never supposed to be a lawyer. I graduated with a 2.2 GPA, but I went from him, and I applied when the market was hot. And I got in, I went to Louisville Law School, and I graduated Madam cum laude because your best foot is still your next foot in front of you.
Hey!
I love it. And without a couple of brothers along the way, I might not have found my path. And that's why I played like him. Because of the, I literally could have been out of school. It could have been just another dude, with another law school debt and nothing to show for it.
My thought process was making money and making bros.
seems like
There's a third thing in there that he can't say.
I can't talk about the other stuff. Can't talk about the other stuff. But those things, and I think we did a good job. We did a real good job. We did. You know, we got to transfer that down to the guys now, make sure they get it, this and that. You know, but I think we did a good job. You know, we got up to.
Iota's growth grew dramatically. I want to say by 99, 2000, we probably had probably no more than 35 brothers on the yard at any given moment. So we really grew during that time. And by that 99, 2000 year, we were just on top of the world. Nothing could stop us. On the yard, we were the biggest organization. Only ones who came close was the Kappas. We helped throw a party at the football stadium. Fred was the BGC president, and because of Iota, we threw a party at the football stadium. We won the Greek step show. We were just throwing events left and right. We had the non-Greek step show. We had the Love Jones poetry set. Things that was just blowing up on the campus, and people were just loving everything we were doing. Even our community service projects were off the chain. We had a 5K run. No organization was doing 5K runs. So we were on top of the world during that time. The campus knew it. We definitely knew it. It was an amazing time to be an Iota during that little time period. Man, it was just a great time, and I would never ever forget it.
In the late 70s, early 80s, membership was quite different. Unlike today, membership was handled in different ways by different chapters. Cut had a clear vision of how he wanted Alpha Lambda to proceed moving forward, and he made sure that the first pledge line recognized that pledging by hazing didn't make you a better brother. Now, 45 years later, Alpha Lambda is proud to have held on to that philosophy and has inducted over 100 men that continue to ensure that hazing is antithetical to Iota's commitment to upholding the dignity and self-respect of all persons seeking membership and becoming valued brothers of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
We was in the room and come walking in there, wood and everything. Like, oh yeah, 25. By the end of this match, half of y'all gonna be gone. And they started walking towards us, and Cut said, oh, and by the way, they fight back. They fight, what the fuck you mean they fight back? You hit one, they all fight. And then he started highlighting, Billy Ocasio, he from Humboldt Park. Yeah, he King. Rob is a black belt. I'm a black belt, and in the back of the line was Sherrod and Mike Holmes, Fonzie, all the rest of them. They said, you hit one, they all fight. And he said Billy was the Latin King. He said, he a Latin King. And then, and so, and you know, we ain't supposed, everybody else say don't look in their eyes. Man, Cut say, if you ain't man enough to look in my eyes, you can't be my friend, right? So we were staring at them. They're like, why y'all looking at us? We looking at them like, come on over here. Come on over here. We've been waiting for some. Why they staring at us? Cut, you let them skate. No, they don't have to skate, but you gonna hit them. Go ahead. Take your chance. They stopped. It was like they were. What the hell you mean they fight back? You hit one, they all fight. And we just stared at them like, come on. We hoping that one of y'all jump.
There's that obvious point of him being able to like gather that many brothers together and make that happen. Then like to stick to the morals, man, and stick like that story y'all just talked about when came and he's like, yo, that's not how we roll. Man, there's some balls behind that, man. That's incredible.
They called him cunt. They said, all y'all skating, y'all they were just doing everything. I'm like, man, I said, I've been through that shit for a year. I know what that's all about. I ain't going to do that. I said, and I'm a black belt. I fight people and we fight back.
I had sweet back bad ass something. 5 of those brothers knew me from high school and tried to get me to pledge with them. And I was like, look, y'all do it. Let me see if y'all make it, and then I'll do it. Which was probably stupid on my part because they let everything, all their aggressions out towards me in it. But I do appreciate the fact that, one, we were able to still be individuals. I was able to still maintain who I was. And one of my greatest things was I didn't want to just be Fred the Alpha and Fred the Sigma, but I didn't need nobody else's name behind my name. My dad made me proud to be Abernathy, so I could be who I am first.
So I pledged it, right? And so after my, George was my dad. Larry was the president, so I had to go home. I used to walk home, and I was the last motherfucker. Peyton, I was the last one that wore a lavalier, right? So I became a centaur, right? It's my last week. I'm coming home, and I gotta come past this nigga house every day, right? He get off, he was working at Craft. I'll never forget this. He said, and he looked, he said, "Yo, Chief, what's that shit around your neck?" I said, "Oh no, it's just a fraternity stuff." He said, "Oh man, you going through that shit?" He said, "Man, come on, have a drink." So every day at the session, I'm at Smooth House. So I said, "Yeah, man, this shit about to be over, right?" So Smooth was like, "Yeah, man, don't worry about that shit." He said, "But I want to show you something, right?" So he go get his photo album, right? And so the first, in the front part of his photo album, it's got all his football shit. He said, "Man, just keep looking at my shit." So I kept going, looking at this shit. He said, "Turn to the back." I turned to the back, I said, "Shit." He said, "Out, nigga."
I stood up every night. Every night. It had to be damn near your whole playing period.
Yeah.
We talked about everything but the Frat. Now I'm like, it's getting time to reveal myself. I'm gonna do this.
So he kept saying, "You know my name, Larry Powell?" I said, "Larry Powell, Larry Powell." I said, "Man, your name sound familiar."
Yeah. Hey,
then I said,
he dropped the ball on the history, man.
then I said, no. Then I said, Larry Powell. I said, "Is there another Larry Powell?" It's like, yeah, I know a Larry Powell in the fraternity, but I don't think you him, right? And Smooth was like, "Nah, nigga, I ain't him." Right? Then I turned to that book. He said, "Nigga, who am I?" I said, Big Brother El Smoothie." That motherfucker said, "Man, sit your ass down. Finish that motherfucking beer, Hennessy, and take your ass home for them niggas find out you been in my crib."
We used to do movies. I'd order the movies from a place in St. Louis called Swank. They send them. We open up the hall. I wouldn't say we charge like maybe $100 or something. But that nice crowd that weekend was like coming to the show. And we were always known for doing different things. When we had something, it was put on very professional. You wouldn't think it's college guys just threw something together. Everything was orderly. So whenever we had to put our name out there, people would always come as far as doing things that were more memorable. I was fortunate. And we had people that had their own identity. Not like you just gonna come to an organization so I can fall in and just be part of this. Everybody still was themselves. So we had versatility and talented people who do different things.
They told me when y'all showed Texas carry something.
Oh, man, that was classic. Yes, it was. I had a mask on, got a real chainsaw. We in the back, so in packed house, right? All the other white folks, packed house. Yep. So we let the film, it kept it dark and the film started flipping. Then all of a sudden, we was in the back, we was pouring hot sauce and ketchup on the motherfucker. All of a sudden you heard, look at that move. They don't see shit. So we had 2 people on chairs, right, on the back. And then all of a sudden the dude with the blood come running out and I came out with the mask. I'm swinging that bitch, but I can't see shit. I'm laughing and running, right? I'm trying to run. Anyway, the shit got crazy, so I run out the door, right? And I'm hiding in the bushes, right? So you hear some motherfuckers, "Man, that was some crazy ass shit. That's know the spring fella. He was walking with them girls, right? Springfield, he was an Olympic track runner, his brother. Springfield, right? He walking, they talking, oh man, that was some good ass shit. I was crazy motherfucker. All of that motherfucking 9-1, but anyway, he ready to run the clock, the police show up, I'm running with the chase. That shit made the paper the next day though. That was all in the papers and shit. I was about 30, stole the greatest Halloween cake of all time.
That's great.
That was some fun ass shit.
We was able to plan a strip show called What's Poppin' at the U of I. And if you know anything about Chicago back in the 90s, What's Poppin' was this gentleman's club on Halsted, and we brought it down to U of I. All of the, now you know this is PWI, but all of the black students at U of I knew what What's Poppin' was, but none of the administration or anything knew what it was. It was the first event on campus where black people were early. They was lined up in the hallway in the union, and I think the lady's name was Yuki. She came down, she was like, oh, what y'all here for? And the students like, oh, we here for a strip show. No, we don't tell them that. But long story short, the anchor of the previous line was Sweetback, Sean Taylor, was real quick on his feet. He was like, man, no, they not professional strippers. That's one of our frat brothers who was Eddie Swanson from Southern. Came over, explained it all. We had a male show, a female show. One of the craziest things we did. But then to follow it up, as president, I don't know about president then, but my idea, we went to the YMCA. Before you start judging me, I didn't know the YMCA stood for Young Men's Christian Association. I thought it was community, but we did a strip show in the YMCA. We did a pajama party in the basement of the church, Illinois Disciples Foundation. But the best pajama party we threw was at the house on 1st Street. It was people all in the street. I mean, 1st Street is a major street here in Champaign. We were blocking the street. We had to call the police on our own party. He's like, wait a minute, yes, we cannot get them to leave.
I'll never forget, I called Mike. I said, Mike, look, man, we done done just about everything. I need a new event. What did y'all do back in the day? He said, y'all do the token party? I said, a token party? What the white people do? He said, don't knock it until you try it. Okay.
All right, hey everybody, this is George Smallwood. I crossed Spring 02 at Alpha Lambda into Iota Theta. I was one of the charter house members on the Frat House on 1st and Green, kind of like on that corner. Those were the days. I will tell you, me and my ships, we moved in, we painted that bar in the living room, and let me tell you, the parties that we had there, absolutely epic. The reason why I know they're epic, I'll tell you, me and my pledge father, Quentin, I was in Chicago, and one of my high school friends, she pledged SG Row at I-State. She brought a friend with her who's also at SG Row. This is almost 20 years later. They talked about a party at a frat house, and I didn't know this girl, I just met her that day. She was like, yeah, it was a bar with a big Iota shield and all these numbers. I was like, that was my house. I painted that. She was like, are you serious? I showed her a picture on my phone of me, my ship, Alton, and a couple others, Anthony sitting on that bar. She was like, that's the house. So 20 years later, some random person that I never even met before was telling me how dope that house was and how bad the party was. So those are the memories that I have from being on campus back in 1999 to 03 and crossing in 02. So appreciate y'all.
Question. Who's fighting? I'm fighting. Who's fighting? I'm fighting. Get it out for these motherfuckers. I-O-T-A-P-H-I-A-T-H-E-O-O-A.
Alpha Lambda isn't just about brotherhood. It's about the special bonds we share with incredible men and women who feel like family. We come from diverse backgrounds and generations, and we've crossed oceans to connect. We laugh, cry, and support each other through thick and thin, and we love to joke around too. Our bonds are beyond ordinary friendships. We're better men, mentors, fathers, and professionals, and it's all due to this one commonality, Iota.
Some of the most memorable times here at Illinois is obviously pledging Iota. Made some amazing friends for life. Getting to travel all throughout the country, throwing events, doing service projects, just things that we can never forget. We changed the campus, and it changed our lives forever.
When I think back to where we were in undergrad, all coming from Chicago, some of us from single parent homes, some of us from dual parent homes, some of us in impoverished neighborhoods, some of us in neighborhoods that you don't even want to walk down the street during the daytime, let alone at night. Now when I look at these men, not just brothers, but these men, these black men, with the professions that they have, with the children that they have, the wives that they have, the assets that they have, it makes me proud to be a part of that in their organization.
Drew Martin, fall 1999, Iota ship Revelation, Quad Pharaoh. You know, being at Iota Hill on this campus at Alpha Lambda, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, really shapes you into the man and what you need to be in the future. We call ourselves arrogant for a reason. It's not just arrogant as in a negative way, it's because we have confidence and we breed confident men, confident black men, confident men of color. And what that does for the world is magnificent.
If I flash back to my on-campus days though, back then, like, we were the largest fraternity on the yard. So it was almost like 45 of us. And I mean, we ran it, everything. Like, year over year was always something happening. They won the step show one year. Another year, like, we brought in Kanye West. Like, all of these different things was going on during that period, and it just was like this magical energy on campus. So I'll never forget, anywhere we went, it was always like 10, 15. You never like just saw like one random iota. It was like this big brotherhood, and that's what I always remember.
Okay, you know what? Let me talk about the three houses that we have here, because I actually have like religiously sought them out since I've been here. The first house that I know of was on 1106 South First. Now, I can't tell you a lot about 1106. You gotta talk to like, you know, like Chuck and Scott and Fred and all of them, that Ivory about all of that, you know what I'm saying? But I can tell you about 506. I actually lived in that house myself. We had a lot of very, very interesting moments. The other house that we had was 1106 South John. So we had two houses on First Street, which actually was pretty live. Like, the 1106 house, I was just a freshman when that house was, before I became Iota, but that house was always cracking. A lot of students who were living in a six-pack, like, we would come and just send up the Iota house. I can remember it would just be wall-to-wall persons. Like, at the end of the night, you could see a whole bunch of blue stains on the wall from everybody's jeans, because everybody was just getting it in, you know what I'm saying? But that's how 1106 was. Just a little history about the three houses that we've had here.
Alpha Lambda is, I wasn't made here, but Alpha Lambda made me. You know, Chuck was, you know, intricate in my pledge process, and then my older brother is from Alpha Lambda, IS Havoc, you know, Star Conscience. So me coming down here, it was a natural feel, and I was able to really come into my own as a man and learn about life. And when at some of my lowest points, these brothers been help me out. So it's great, and I owe a lot to that. And I always not just like, yeah, we have the letters, we have a brotherhood, but it's really a true brotherhood, not just, you know, because we can do strolls together or do calls, but actually care about somebody's well-being. Like, calling folks like, I don't want nothing, just want to check on you, man, see how you doing. And it's really important for like our mental health and just health and longevity to make sure that you looking out and you know, being there for brothers, man. And I've always appreciated this brotherhood, and I've always felt welcome here. Like, I may have not technically made here, but this is my home. Like, I was only in Chicago for a semester, and I came out here, and I was in there ever since. So Alpha Lambda, you know, I love it, and I'll be here for the 50th.
You heard it here live first. Iota Land, Champaign, Illinois, Alpha Lambda, Kappa Omega. That's what it's all about. I'm Brandon McKinney, Captain Anchor Militant, spring 2006. I just want to say I'm so happy to have made this decision to be with these band of brothers, because they truly allowed you to be the individual that you were meant to be. They gave you the resources as well as the support to be able to come the man and be the best. Shout out to the Brown and Gold.
All right, as a midship of Fire and Ice, the hottest and coldest ship in Alpha Lambda history and future, I'm just greeting everybody from the past and for the future that...
Whoa.
okay, we gotta stop this right here. You see this guy right here? This is Hussein. Right now, he's about to talk the most trash I've heard in a long time. It's just flowing organically. I mean, no rehearsals, no nothing. And you see these guys right here? This is Koye, and this is Damien. And they already know this brother right here is about to talk some major trash. This is what we do. This is Alpha Lambda at its finest. Boy, we can talk some trash for one another, but in the end, it's all love. Okay, let's resume. This is the legacy you're trying to live up to. And we all fall short, except for us, but you will fall short. But we're grateful that you're trying. That look at us and be inspired.
That's gonna be edited.
It's just gonna be muted.
This is Fire and Ice next thing.
All right, so Brother Scott asked me at the beginning, how has brotherhood changed, or the definition of brotherhood changed from when you first crossed until now? And I can say it's been quite an evolution where it has grown to be something deeper, where initially it was brotherhood, look out for your brother, look out for your frat. Y'all are together, y'all are one on campus, but it's grown as we have grown in age, where it really turned into manhood. Well, what does manhood look like as a boy grown to a man, to becoming a father, to becoming an uncle, becoming a grandfather, and those lessons that you have to learn, and how do you navigate this in life? Because there's no manual, there's no rule book, but you've established a relationship with brothers who can hold you accountable, who you admire, who you respect, and you want to make proud. And when you reach out to those brothers to assess, am I living up to the standard of manhood? Am I living up to the standard of brotherhood? Iota has just given us that incredible gift where 20 years later, that bond is only deeper, that brotherhood is deeper. So that's how brotherhood has changed for me in Iota.
My name is Anthony Downer. My name is Anton Downer. And we are the Downer Brothers. And we pledged March 10th, 2002. We're part of Iota Ship Copywritten. And we were here at a time where we ran the yard. And we took all of the information and literally ran with it. And it was definitely a time. I'm proud of not only the brothers that came before us, but the brothers who are actively making it happen at the University of Illinois and with Kappa Omega grad chapter. And I'm just happy to be back. I'm just happy to be back. It's been a couple years since I've been back in the Champaign area, and it's a beautiful thing.
You know, we're alum now, and it's all about making sure Alpha Lambda is at the top. That's what it's about now.
Yeah, and I actually look forward to coming back and being more active, because actually when I listen to what's going on, I'm like, we need to take time from our busy schedules and actually make that drive down to Champaign, and be more hands-on and physically involved and be a part of whatever program is going on, because I know we got a lot to offer and we really should. So to the future Iotas who are going to see this one day, we look forward to you all coming into the fold, and to all the brothers that we already know and love. Can't wait to see y'all next time.
You heard it here first.
All right, so Reggie Outtree, Pledge Alpha Lambda, Spring 07. With my ship, I'm the deuce anchor of my ship, Swift Pursuit. One memory that's fun is between me and my ship. You know, we've known each other for about 20 years now. Since we were online, we built a bond. On spring break, we were supposed to stay in the frat house while we were online. We were excited about it. We didn't really understand what that really meant. And on that day that we tried to stay at the house, it didn't work out, and we left the house. We had a long night. But I say all that to say that me and my ship, that experience built a bond between us that's very close. Again, I was the best man of his wedding, he was the best man of my wedding. Our wives are close, and our kids are close. Our kids think they're cousins, right? They call each other cousins. They have sleepovers together, and it's just a beautiful thing. And it's all in the name of Iota, and I wouldn't trade it in for anything else. Best experience I've had so far in this brotherhood.
Just memories for me, just being on this campus, winning the step show, right? We had just had a great party at the stadium. Got a little tiff with a couple of guys, and some things happened, little fisticuffs happened, and we were kind of rattled that night. Got into a little fight, but then got it together. Went out, won the step show, and just winning that, and what that meant to this campus, and what that meant for our fraternity. Always being the ones that grind, always being the ones that had to get it out of the mud, to always be crowned the best, and what you do amongst your peers will always be a great memory.
Iota. When I think of that, giving back and why I'm doing this is because there are other young men that need us. Not just the young men that are in your homes, but I promise you, there are young men on your block, young men at your jobs, young men at church that are watching us. You wouldn't believe the people that are watching you. And when you do your purpose, you never have a day of work. And when I see some of y'all do the things that I know that you love, I love it. And I'm gonna call them out, because one day I was scrolling on Facebook and I seen this brother on stage and he was like jovial, and I said, wait a minute, is that Brandon? With Amazon? Man, that's what's up. You talk about, give it up for that, because that's huge. Then when I turned on TV, and I don't even watch the news no more, but I turned on TV, and I was like, is this dude talking about finances? Is that Paul? Oh, Trestle? Oh man, that's dope. But when you see brothers doing something that's their passion, and they love it, like when I look at, I call them the African twins, but I look at what they're saying, and I'm like, yes, they're doctors. And I have no problem name dropping. I'll be like, yup, I got two friends as doctors, they twins. I got another set of twins, they on TV, they five. Because I'm proud of who you guys are. But I'm telling you, when you find your purpose and you walk in it, it's amazing. And now that I'm where I know God wants me, there's sometimes I talk to people on the phone and it's 10 minutes about insurance, but it's 30 minutes about life. About why their son need to be doing what they're doing, how God has blessed them, how God has blessed me. And I never wanted to be anybody's testimony. And the things that I went through in my dark days, and some of y'all have been there. And one of the most humbling things in my life was having to call some of my frat brothers to take my garbage out. When you as a man can't take the garbage out for your own family, just hear it, and it's emotional. When you can't take the garbage out for your own family as a man, and your bros are like, man, whatever, I'm on my way. And they just do it with no question, and they like, all right, you need anything else? All right, I'm going. When you have a ship fly in from LA and be like, look, dude, I'm about to change the filters up there, we're gonna clean out the garage. I mean, Ivory, something's wrong with him. He just did everything, and I'm like, God, I wouldn't have had this brother because I'm an only child. So now when I look, I got all these brothers that I literally can call on for anything. That's amazing. Keep walking in your purpose, because I promise you, you're touching somebody's life, somebody's watching, and you will be blessed. God bless y'all.
And we've been running this shit from the very start. We wear that brown and that gold, and we too damn cold. Goddamn it, I'm sweet, I'm sweet. Goddamn it, I'm sweet, I'm sweet.
My name is Shannon. I became a Heart in 2005. I think what attracted me to Iota was I had been to many different parties for many different Greek organizations and everything, and I think me and my friends went to an Iota party for the first time. I think it was right around maybe a little bit before 2005. It felt like home to us, I think. We felt welcome, we felt like not too much like everybody was trying to like get on us and talk to us or anything like that. It was really literally like people that were genuinely interested in like what we were about, like what made us come to U of I, stuff like that. I think I became a Heart because as we got like more into like my college career and stuff like that or whatever, the Iotas as well as my friends who became Iota Hearts too actually like stuck around. They, like I said, genuinely were interested in like, you know, us like going past graduation and stuff like that and everything. So, and like it felt like family. So I think that was the really big thing about why we became Hearts as anyway, was because we felt like everybody was family around us.
For me, when I started at U of I made really good friends with a few sisters who also are Hearts, and honestly, we were all so tight with everybody in the family, and it was literally family, and I just couldn't not do it. I haven't seen them in 10 years, and my heart has not felt fuller than seeing them now for 15 minutes, you know, and it's like we haven't skipped a beat. So I'm very thankful for everybody in this weekend.
So, our Iota Hearts, I really feel that we don't give them enough credit, because without them, a lot of things that we tried to put on as far as like programs probably wouldn't have been as successful as they were. Our Hearts are amazing, and during my era, that late 90s era, I gotta admit, like the little small things that they had helped us with some of our programs, like the Love Jones poetry set, heck, step shows, a lot of things probably wouldn't have been as successful without their input. Also, they've put us in check a lot of times too, let us know where we were at fault. So, man, like I said, we don't give our Hearts the acknowledgement that we should have, and if we haven't, I'm letting you know now that y'all were amazing. Y'all still are amazing. That without you, there wouldn't be no us. So, thank you.
Iota Hearts truly brought life to the chapter, helping in every way possible and bringing that woman's touch to all our campus programs. Our success as a chapter wouldn't be possible without their contributions over the years, and they will forever be a shining light in Alpha Lambda's history. As they would say, owl sweet. We all had our reasons for becoming an Iota at the arrogant Alpha Lambda chapter. However, when we all made that choice, I don't think any of us knew how life-changing that choice would be at the time. Friendships have definitely grown, and in some cases are indistinguishable from the traditional ties we call family. Blood may be thicker than water, but when you mix a little brown and gold into the mix, family takes on a new meaning. Family, that's what we are now. Coming together is not an obligation, it's a joy. A time to crack jokes, partake in libations, reminisce on some incredibly memorable good times while looking forward to more good times in the future. Alpha Lambda created a unique dynamic. It brought young black men with varying backgrounds together and unexpectedly brought us together as a family. As members of Iota, we strive to promote our core goals to the next generation of men, and we invite them to be a part of our legacy, our Iota family.
And what I love about Alpha Lambda, and the fact of the matter is, it's you. It's Chuck. It's John. It's Dave Dover. It's Sean. It's all these folks. All these wonderful personalities that I would not have necessarily met but for Alpha Lambda. But these personalities, these individuals that I got to meet and that accepted me us, they accepted it. The campus accepted it. So Alpha Lambda is about growth. It will always be about growth. Wonderful growth. Come here, grow with us.
So my memories are in the past, my memories are present, and I look forward to the new things that are happening. God bless you and love outside to the day I die.
I wouldn't have chosen another organization, but I'm so glad to be in Iota.
I have, and you gonna edit this stuff out? Man, let me see. I can say a lot about Alpha Lambda. Okay, I can say a lot about Alpha Lambda. I can say a lot about Alpha Lambda. Oh, yeah, this is like, yeah, I feel like it's like you should have like tried to get me natural, like where I just like slipped it and just caught me off guard, like well, I'm just randomly talking to somebody about something.
All right, my name is George Smallwood, and I crossed into an Alpha Lambda chapter. Oh man, now.
Outtakes.
Outtakes, all right. I like the outtakes.
They have sleepovers with each other, you know, and you know, it's all love. I cut that.
He said Billy was a Latin king.
He said you're a Latin kid. And man, it's so.
First of all, Mike Sherrod, forearms about that big.
Right.
Great big serious roebuck motherfuckers, man. They standing there. They gonna try and break the line.
Man, we knocked some brothers down. He was laying on the ground like this. He said, "Y'all ain't gonna help me up?" "No, sir." He was like, "Y'all ain't gonna help me up?" "No, sir." We run it like this.
The only person on campus who always had a camera, Scott. Like, Scott, why are you taking pictures at a strip show? No! Why are you taking pictures?
This is Rob Clark in my day.
Why are you taking pictures at what was it? The toga party. No, we don't know. As a matter of fact, that came up in my history. Me, you, and Ivory, and what was her name? Peaches. We was all in that. I'm like, who took this? Scott. Scott.
I want to say,
Here we go.
wisdom is knowledge, and knowledge is power. By Jack Johnson.
David Dover, Alpha Lambda 1, 96 Spring.
Did you say one?
1.
Ace Club. Hey, Mo.
Don't worry about it.
Just how you shit what? Sweet back, badass song.
Okay.
Come on, Jack. Out of ship, 96, 5. What's your ship? He just said.
You want to listen?
Motherfucker, sweet back badass song. You know what I'm saying? Dodo, motherfucking mind. Way down in the jungle deep. Badass Oopsalon motherfucker trying to step on my feet. That man is crazy. What? Who next?
All right. Y'all gonna follow that. Edric Harris, 6, Alpha Lambda, 96, Spring. Iota Ship, Sweet Back, badass song.
Damn.
Hey, Will Maney, 1 Alpha Lambda captain, 1997.
How long you said 1 Alpha Lambda what?
1997. Right?
Spring.
1997. I'm sorry.
Final Resurrection.
There you go.
There we go.
And some other folk might know the other
That nigga know his
and the other kill to it. So
Big arrogant Alpha Lambda chapter by Theta Fraternity Incorporated. Captain Squad, Iota Ship, Chain Reaction, Captain Imperius.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? Arrogant Alpha Lambda. For our brothers, our sweethearts, man. Hey, man.
And our brothers that are not frat. Our brothers that are not frat.
Guys that's in here that's not frat.
Absolutely.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Absolutely. This is family. It's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
Yep. Indeed.
Hey, we don't need you to be singing shit. It ain't easy to be cheesy. But anyway, no, he's like, damn, my wife.
Hey, Trey, man, my heart's getting tight.
Let's take it to the head.
And for what I said.
This is supposed to be PG, so I just, outtakes.